That was weird. It gave me a 1, it gave me a 5, and then started. But here we are. Hello. It's episode 11 of the SimStation Internet Football Podcast. My name is Travis. I'm your host. The same I've always been. And also the same is my constant co-host, Wyatt. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. I'm now on a 6-game win streak. Tied for first. And the Jags are still jagging, but we're chilling. We can't lose this week because we're on a bye.
Biggest dub.
Classic Jags, right?
And that beautiful bassy voice you just heard is, of course, none other than Steele, fresh off a dub against Ag Mills. How you doing?
You know, it was a scary battle for the bottom, but we're here and we survived it. Maybe I can make playoffs still, you know? It's just like
that game got
crazy
last night.
I was very stressed.
Yikes.
And I thought I had it in the bag. I stopped watching and talking on Discord. As soon as I do that, Devonta Smith fumbles it, and it's like suddenly really close again.
Yeah, that game was just absolutely wild. And y'all's game was so close. But yeah, it was a pretty good week overall in fantasy. I mean, a lot of competitive games. I think every game was within, or 4 games within 10 points. No, only 3.
There was a blowout, Biz
yeah.
versus Dalton, but
yeah, Dalton's team popped off this week. Well, other than that, they were pretty much all competitive. Any highlights that you guys saw? Any standouts?
I mean, Dalton Buey's team is definitely coming into their own with Justin Fields' pickup. That's got to be like waiver pickup of the year if he continues playing this well. CeeDee Lamb finally showed up and did something, so their team's looking really good. And this was without Derrick Henry really doing anything. So,
yeah. Also, pitch one more time that I scored third and lost, because
it happens to the best of us.
It's a player gap.
Yeah,
I think that's happened to all 3 of us at this point, at least once.
Probably.
Yeah, it happens.
But anyways, yeah, I mean, there was even last night, like y'all, Steele and Ag Mills' matchup, Spencer and Banglewood's matchup was a really contested one going into the week, and Spencer had a chance, but he kind of called A.J. Brown just absolutely shitting the bed. Instead, it was the Devonta Smith show, and that definitely helped Steele out.
2 weeks in a row, Spencer gets a dud from one of his star players and loses because of it.
Yeah, it was brutal.
On Monday night.
He's still in a really good spot, though. I think he's second or third in scoring. He's 6 and 4, 6 and 4.
6 and 4.
So I mean, he's going to complain, but like, he's still in a really good spot.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's a tight race for that last playoff spot too, between Steele, Biz, and Beans, and I think that's gonna get crazy during the end of the season. I don't know. I just have a feeling.
I think a couple of us down there at the bottom play each other, I believe.
You play Becca. The only one you play is Becca. But I think Beans and Biz play each other.
Yeah, I think it's next week that they play.
Yeah.
Maybe the week after. It's definitely going to be interesting. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a spicy end of the season. We only have 4. I can't believe we only have 4 weeks left.
Dude, it's already week 11 we want to be? That is insane.
We're on episode 11 of this shitty-ass podcast. Like, what's going on? How do we make it this far? How do we have sponsors?
Oh, wait.
All right. Let's just move on. Let's get to our weekly segments. As always, we get some awards out, starting with Stud of the Week. I've gotten it right like 3 weeks in a row. I didn't say dud when I meant to say stud. I'm lit. Okay. So, Steele, give us a Stud of the Week.
Christian Kirk, a Jags receiver with 27 points.
Let's go.
That's not something we get to talk about every year.
Yeah, and that matchup, we kind of just talked about how close the matchup was, too. Christian Kirk having that was
huge
for Alex's team.
And I'm just going to say my bold prediction for the draft podcast, Christian Kirk being a wide receiver 1 is looking pretty good right now.
He's like borderline, yeah.
I think he's wide receiver 10 on the year right now, but Jags have also not had a bye, so that helps him. But
yes, he'll probably I feel like
He's
that
on the
sounds right
borderline.
in that 15 to 10 range. It sounds about where he should end up. He's had some shitter weeks.
Oh yeah.
Wyatt, do you have a stud for us?
Yeah, I'll throw out probably my top stud of the week is Justin Fields. I mean, this dude, the Bears figured out that they legit have a running back as a quarterback, and he just literally cannot be tackled. Like, I watched some of the Bears game last week, and it was ridiculous how much faster he looks than every other player on the field. It's like, bruh, chill. Like Mike, what's the Dolphins head coach name?
Oh, Mike McDaniel.
Mike McDaniel. When the Dolphins played him, he said he told Justin Fields, "Can you stop running?" And he just didn't.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
But yeah, he's been insanely good.
Yeah, I think Dalton also. There's also been something I thought was interesting this week is there was like a few players that were high draft picks that have kind of been mediocre this year, but it all kind of came back with a vengeance. Another from Dalton's team, one of those is CeeDee Lamb.
Yep.
32 points this week, was an absolute fucking monster. Jonathan Taylor for Becca, he finally is healthy.
He has risen.
And it's not Sam Ellinger back there at quarterback.
The Jeff Saturday diff. Just saying.
Saturday on Sunday. and James Conner for Sharks, I think finally had, I think we were pretty critical of that pick, and that was one of the reasons she got rated so low at the beginning of the year.
Yep.
But he got 2 touchdowns today. That's what you drafted for, is to get touchdowns. Yeah.
I also want to mention he did have a great fantasy week, but Justin Jefferson was literally, he dominated that game. And I don't know if you guys saw the catch. Me and Beans were watching it live. Probably the best catch I've ever seen in my life.
That was wild.
It was so crazy. And the stakes of it was 4th and 18. If he doesn't catch that, the game is over.
Okay, question. So that Odell Beckham Jr. catch that everyone has seen a million times.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if you remember that it was the Steelers catch towards the beginning of the year where the guy was like completely laid out over the back shoulder. Which one would you take out of those 3?
The OBJ catch literally was on the news for on CNN in their national headlining because it was so dumb.
Yeah. I think pure difficulty, probably the Odell catch, but with the stakes, like the game on the line, 4th and 18, and he comes down, like the defender just rips it out of the defender's hand with one hand. I think that one is like the best overall catch.
My boss is from Buffalo. He was like,
"Oh no,
that Jefferson guy, man, it's not even fair." I was like, "Yeah, he gotta beat Joe's ass."
He's kind of good at football.
Sure, I was going to get fired over talking football.
That would be. Know any more studs before we move on?
I don't think. Do we mention Justin Fields got 39 points?
Yeah.
That's pretty solid.
That's crazy.
And also, Christian Watson.
Yeah. Christian Watson with 3 touchdowns.
Nobody had.
Yeah.
He has been so bad, just as a player this whole year. He's dropped, everything, I feel like.
And even in that game, he had 2 bad drops, and then a ball that was, perfectly thrown by Aaron Rodgers, and the dude just stopped running his route, and it just soared over his head.
Well, you know what they say, a broken clock is right twice a day, so...
Yeah, that's true.
That day was week 10 of fantasy. I wonder who's going to get baited into picking him up. Dun dun!
Foreshadowing.
All right, anything.
Oh no, not like this. Let's move on to our duds of the week. Steele, start us off.
So duds of the week. Cooper Kupp, 1.4 points.
Yeah.
His quarterback went to Bishop Kenny. Of course they're going to be terrible. Went to Bishop Kenny.
That'll do it.
That'll do it. I mean, I never thought we would see Cooper Kupp in a duds section ever. But here we are.
Hurt at the end of the game too.
Yeah, but
even before then,
still 1.4 points is you don't put him in the game to get 1.4 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw I think I saw it was like early in the game, like a screen pass to Cup, and I'm like, it was so bad. I don't even think it could be counted as a target. It was so terrible. I'm like, what's going on? You can't do it in the NFL.
Dude, he had 1.4 points, and he had 3 catches with -1 yards. That was his stat line.
It's a rough game.
PPR. Thanks, PPR.
Like, oh man, that's terrible.
Why, any
I'll throw
duds for us?
I'll throw out my only quarterback dud of the week. He's been super disappointing this season in general. It's Justin Herbert. I mean, it's a little understandable because he's had his weapons injured like the whole year. Mike Williams has been out a while. Keenan Allen's basically been out the whole year. But he's definitely been a big disappointment.
Yeah. I had Cordell Patterson listed. I mean, 2.5 points. They have, like, Algier is good. Don't get me wrong. But he's not bad. But they use 4 different running backs for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Like, I spent last week, I think I pretty much spent 5 solid minutes gassing up Cordell Patterson as a third-round pick in our redraft, even if he's going to miss, like, 5 weeks. And then they go out and just give him, like, 6 carries in the game. It's like, what are you doing? Why? ¿Por qué?
Speaking of running backs not getting used correctly, DeAndre Swift is pissing me the fuck off. And he's on my duds section.
Wait, did he score a touchdown?
He did, but he had like 7 points.
What? We're looking for people with like 2 points.
Oh my! But he's my first round pick. He's been god awful the whole season except for the first week. I'm triggered.
It's not a dud. That's just standard at that point. If it's been every week,
he's not even the best running back on his team.
Cringe.
Still, you got any more duds for us?
We already mentioned A.J. Brown, 4 targets
earlier.
for 1.2 points because the Eagles decided their only receiver was Devonta Smith. Thank you for that, but sucks for Spencer, I think, that has A.J. Brown.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, he basically lost. He like solo lost Spencer the game.
Yeah, it was tough.
Tragic.
But he won it for me.
That's bad, dog.
I gotta throw in the obligatory Kyle Pitts mention in the dud section because he's just forever a dud.
You can't put him in every week.
But he's just forever a dud. Like you can't not put him in.
Yeah.
I
got one
2 tight ends. Oh yeah, go for it.
I was gonna say I got one other interesting one that I saw when I was doing my research. This is Malik Willis. I think he's a backup quarterback for Tennessee. He finished with negative 2.4 points. He had a single rush attempt for -4 yards and fumbled, and that was it.
Oh no!
What a giga Chad! Oh my god! I had to finish it off. I had 2 tight ends that had been pretty good the last few weeks. Greg Dulcich, who the fuck is he? He's on the Broncos. The last 3 weeks, he averaged 10 points, and Alex got him. And if he had averaged 10 points again, he would have won. And I think he got like 1
He got 1.
Yeah. So that was kind of tragic. And then George Kittle he's averaged like 12 the last few weeks, and he got 2 targets.
Yep.
Sick. Yeah. Any other duds before we move on?
Got nothing.
Bet. Who's everyone's manager of the week?
Dalton Mbue.
Yeah. It's got to be Dalton Mbue.
Yeah. I hate always giving it to like the highest scoring team, but
when they score 50 points more than everybody else, then it's
yeah.
And they played waiver wire pickups. Like their team is half waiver wire pickups.
Yeah, waiver wire pickup of the week's got to be Cole Kmet.
Yeah,
with 2 touchdowns.
Counterpoint to that, you could put me. I had 7 players out injured or on bye and still managed to pull out a win. So, like,
that's actually
something
is a
to
fair
be
point.
That's mentioned.
That is a fair point, although I think you scored 10th. So it's kind of hard for me to be like, all right, Steele, you're the manager.
It's not that amazing, but it still says that the backup players that I've been able to put together are better than some people's starting rosters, which is, there's something to be said for that.
Damn, that shot's fired at Agnells.
Okay, you actually scored 9th.
I respect Agbills. He's been doing better, but I'm still pretty proud of being able to put this together off of the situation that I was kind of put myself in.
Yeah, the lowest score this week was 86, which I think is our second highest lowest score. So like it was a pretty solid week overall. So I mean, it's not even bad. I don't think it's that bad to be like 90, whatever in scoring. I think Cole Kmet's probably the waiver wire pickup of the week too.
For sure.
Yeah, 21.4 points. I also had Kadarius Toney on Wyatt's bench and DeAndre Carter on Agbills' bench.
I said the Pitt defense got 10 points off waiver. For its defense moves, that's all you can hope for usually.
I think Reeves had Tennessee defense, they had 12, and I had the Giants defense, they had 9, all three of which were waiver pickups too, so there's definitely
a couple of good defenses.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think that's it. That's our awards.
That's it. Time for the juicer.
And now it's, of course, time for our topic. And we just got back from a 2-hour trivia game. And I was like, hey, why don't we just do more trivia? And then Steele was like, oh, I can't even go to trivia. And it's like, oh, you son of a bitch. Because now we're doing fantasy trivia.
Double trivia? Is this a double trivia night?
Yeah. And honestly, we did so bad in real trivia that, like...
You guys told me you were going to win in my honor.
We went.
And here you are telling me that you did terrible?
Third going into the final question and missed it by, like, we swapped 2 of them.
That were 1 year
got
away.
minus 15.
You guys got to be better.
It was pathetic.
You're right.
Yeah. So the way this is gonna work is I like writing trivia, so I guess I'm just the guy that does that now.
The trivia master.
So I have 3 easy, 3 medium, and 3 hard questions. Now, last time I did an in-person trivia, the difficulty varied substantially.
It did.
So we're gonna hope. I spent a little more time like tweaking the difficulty here, but we're gonna hope that this is better. This will obviously
it might be funnier if it's not.
True. Yeah, but like I'll ask an easy question. It's like, how many points does Reeves' quarterback average? Yeah. So basically, these guys are gonna message me on Discord their answers. We'll try to like make it fill time and not have it be quiet. I'd say the easy questions. I'll give you a time limit for each one, kind of like a general time limit. The easy questions should take about 30 seconds. They're pretty easy. The medium, probably a minute a piece, and the hard one, you'll probably need more than a minute, but then the other 2 are probably about a minute. And I don't know. We'll just easy questions are worth 1 point, medium are worth 2, hard are worth 3.
Let's get it.
We'll see who wins. It doesn't fucking matter. There's no prize. Please don't cheat. That would kind of ruin the game.
Actively searching fantasy stats right now.
Any questions?
Should I pull it up?
You guys have any questions before we start?
Nah.
All right. Let us start with the easy questions. All right, so all these are going to be fantasy related. They can be like our league fantasy. They could be just general fantasy. They can be this season. They can be last season. We will see. Oh, Steele's like, oh.
Oh, Lord.
Speaking of last season, let's start with question 1.
Oh, God.
Name the 4 teams that missed playoffs last year, or the 4 managers.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, I don't know whether we start off with a -1 or we just, I don't know. Let's just we'll make it a little spicy. Start off with
It's too easy.
Talk.
It's too easy.
Start off with some shit talk. Yeah.
One of them may or may not be in this call right now. Just saying. I don't know if you knew that.
Don't talk about me like
that.
But that could be rude if true.
Rude if true.
All right. So the answer is, well, Steele said. God, sorry. Okay. Steele said Steele, Becca, Reeves, and Andy. Now, I hate to break it to you, but Andy was not in the league last year.
Oh my God.
Cam was our 12th player last year. However, Becca and Cameron both made playoffs. The correct answer that Wyatt gave was Sharksy, Steele, Reeves, and Beans.
Beans. I should remember that. After all the drama. Oh my god. How did I forget?
Yeah, how could you miss it?
I forgot because there was no podcast to remind me.
Dude, did no one read my weekly write-ups?
I did, but I don't remember those as well because they were too much text.
And they were a lot shorter. All right. Question number 2. Name 4 of the top 5 quarterbacks this season in total points. So just the 5 best fantasy quarterbacks, name 4 of them. This one's interesting because you got to remember who's had bye weeks, who hasn't had bye weeks, who's been injured.
I hate this because I actually looked at this while I was doing my research for Stud of the Week, and I can't remember. It's been like 45 minutes. I should know this.
Here, I'll change it to 3 of the top 5. I think that's
okay. Yeah, I know. I was struggling on a 4th.
I'm now like blanking on names of quarterbacks.
So we can only give 3 as our answer?
Yeah, and I will take any of the top 5.
All right. I feel like I definitely got it right. Hopefully.
I don't know.
I feel like I probably know the top 5, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, it's...
Oh, Lord, what's Steele said?
Steele said Josh Allen,
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts,
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson.
That's not what I said exactly, but...
That's not exactly what he said, but that's what he meant. I'm not going to leak DMs. And...
you can for the podcast.
Okay,
the content.
Steele said Lamar, Buffalo guy, Eagles guy. Now, unfortunately, Lamar Jackson is not in the top 5.
He's like 6, isn't he?
He is number 6.
Oh, no.
The top 5 in order are
Josh Allen,
Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Justin Fields, and Joe Burrow.
Oh, I forgot about Burrow.
Yeah, Burrow's 5th. Yeah, I think Mahomes overtook Allen this week.
Yeah.
Because he scored 30 now.
Because Mahomes popped off, and Allen's kind of sucked.
Yeah, I was surprised. I didn't realize Fields got this far already, but I guess he's had 100 points almost 100 points the last 2 weeks.
Because dude has like 500 rushing yards in the last 3 weeks.
It's so dumb. He literally scores like more points than most teams' running backs, just as a running, like just on the ground. It's like, oh, fuck you. All right, we're going back to last season because why not? These are fun.
I like that.
Okay.
Which manager led last season in points for? And which manager led last year in points against? Now, when I mean led in points against, that means they had the least points against. So they were first place in points against, and which manager was first place in points for? This is kind of like, this is a harder, easy question, but I think it's easier than the medium question. So I was like, I don't know.
Well, I think I remember the... Can I get half a point?
No. And I was like, they're pretty substantially. I was going to put this in medium, but they both had like pretty solid leads on their.
So it's highest points for and least points against, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think I know it.
All right.
Because I mean, this was like a major, or one of the answers was like a major storyline last year.
Yeah. Now you both got the against, and it was Spencer.
Plot armor.
So Spencer had 117 points less against him than second place, which was Ag Mills.
That's insane.
And 310 points less than last place, which was Sharpsy.
Oh my god.
Points for.
Question: is that bigger than this season currently? Do we know?
I'm at 60 from second and like 220 from first.
So it's close, but
so I think the difference between first and last could be bigger. The difference between first and second is unknown. Now, the difference in points for last year was Becca. She was the winner of points for. She scored 103 points over second place, which was Wyatt, and
That's
315 points over Beams in last place.
Yep.
It was a 300 margin Yeah, it was insane. Becca's last year was just nuts. But yeah, those were.
She didn't win playoffs.
She did not. I mean, she did make the semifinals, which is pretty good.
That's
she didn't
solid,
win, but like,
At least she didn't
honestly,
get first rounded like me.
Yeah, and she almost did if Odell Beckham
No,
didn't.
that feels like the Warriors losing that 3-1 lead or whatever. After that insane regular season.
Well, she was actually only third seed because Wyatt was first seed and Biz was second seed.
Yeah, I went like 10-4 or 11-3.
Yeah, you did insane last year. All right. So how easy was that? I mean, how are we feeling?
Those weren't too hard.
Questions.
Yeah, those.
I got part of all of them, so like I'm not that depressed. Not yet.
This is fun. I like it.
Yeah. I hope people at home are enjoying it,
playing
whether you're
along.
at work or whatever. Yeah, and not cheating like a bunch of filthy fucking cheaters. Put your scores in the
comments.
Yeah, because like normally we just have Alex Johns. Alex Johns just comments first, and then nothing else gets commented. So we need more engagement. Last year we had
the interactions
in your banned words list. So you can't do it.
Last year we had 100%, or last week our episode had 100% dislikes, so that was pretty pog.
Oof. Yikes.
Did I lag out?
All right. So currently the score is Wyatt 3, Steele 0, but again, it's medium. Medium's worth
Steele
2
die?
apiece.
Uh-oh.
All right, time for some filler. Hey guys, time for a word from today's sponsor. Tenga eggs. Tenga eggs. If you don't know what a Tenga egg is, a Tenga egg is a Japanese masturbation tool that you put on your. I assume you put on like your dick and just like twist it, or I don't.
Yeah.
Never used it.
Tell me more.
I don't know. All right. The Steele is confirmed, but he's lagged out. In that case, we're gonna end this recording real quick, and we will see you guys on the flip flop. Okay, didn't do it again. Welcome back, everyone. It's been only a split second for you because I know what I'm doing.
A prime time editor.
Yeah. Thank you to our sponsor Tenga for making this trivia section possible. All right, welcome back. As if you don't remember, we were in trivia. Wyatt currently has a 3-0 lead. Steele's gotten right there on 3 questions, so I'm hoping he can get some dubs and make this a little bit closer. We are now into the medium section.
Oh God! That was the easy. Oh no, that's not a good
look,
start.
The medium section are going to use. Those were some pretty obvious stats. The medium section is going to use a little more random stats.
Oh God.
For a lot of their things. So our first question, as we know, the last 2 seasons at tight end, Travis Kelce and Mark Andrews have been absolutely dominant, completely better than everyone else. But last season, there were other tight ends.
Were there?
Please name 2 of the next 5 top scoring tight ends from last season.
Can I name 2 tight ends besides them? Oh God.
I looked, there were like 7 tight ends I would consider good. So you take out Travis Kelce and Mark Andrews from last season.
And we've named 2 of the next 5.
Mm-hmm. 2 of the next 5. There was some pretty. I was surprised when I looked at this list. I didn't realize how well some of these players did. It's gonna be a toughie. And obviously, this year has nothing to do with this question. So someone could be absolutely terrible.
I don't know if I got it right or not, but I gave him my best guess.
All right, I will take the team names. I think
I don't think I know a single other tight end's actual name.
All right, so Wyatt answered Zach Ertz of the Arizona Cardinals and Dallas Goedert of the Philadelphia Eagles. Steele answered Dallas, whose tight end is, what is his name?
Dalton Schultz.
Dalton Schultz. And San Francisco, whose tight end is George Kittle. Only Steele is getting this one correct.
Fuck.
The answers are Dalton Schultz, George Kittle, Zach Ertz, Rob Gronkowski,
Oh, I forgot Gronk
I forgot about Gronk.
playing.
and Kyle Pitts.
What?
Uh,
Wait, what?
he had over, I think, like 1,000 yards, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Did not
not
know
all the
that.
touchdowns, but he had like 1,000 yards. I bet maybe adjusted for 0.5. Yak, what is it? What
If he had 1,000
PPR?
yards, that still would have been a good tight end last year.
Yeah, I don't even know if it was 1,000. But he
forgot
was the 7th.
Dude, I had George Kittle last year, and I completely forgot. God dang it.
That's the only reason I remembered the Dallas guy whose name I already forgot again.
Yeah, I was wondering who you had.
Because I had him.
I had Mark Andrews. So yeah, we got some nice tight ends at Biz. All right.
Well,
And because I just
it's a 1-point game.
I really loved last season because I finished top 4. So I'm going to give you guys another question about last year. This is about both. So this year, 4 managers have matched or exceeded their 2021 win total. Please name those 4 managers. This is an interesting one because you have to think of who. You kind of have to think of both seasons, where people are standing, who's different from last season.
I have 3 for sure, and I cannot think of the 4th.
I have a cheese answer. I'm going to put it.
A cheese answer.
I'm not wrong.
Okay, true. You're not wrong. Do you want to use? I will give you that, and if you want to use it, I will take it.
I'm doing it.
That's my answer.
All right. So, for the answers, Steele submitted Reeves, Steele, Spencer, and Dalton.
Fuck.
Dalton technically is correct. And Wyatt submitted as his answers Steele, Sharksy, Beans, and Banglewood. Now, surprisingly, Steele is not on there.
Oh, really?
So both of you actually got that wrong. Steele had 5 wins last year and is currently at 4. The correct answers are Reeves, Beans, Banglewood, and Sharksy.
Dang it. I forgot about Reeves.
Mm-hmm. And Dalton, I guess.
And Dalton.
How did you forget about Reeves? He made such a big deal of when he passed his own win total in week 3.
I know.
He really did, yeah. But yeah, those. I think Steele can match his this week. I think that's the only person that can get theirs this week. Oh, I can match mine this week as well. And I think that's it.
Wasn't Spencer middle of the pack last year?
Spencer finished 8-6.
Okay, he needs a couple.
Because he was plot armor.
So he's 2 away, yeah, because he had so many wins early when he wasn't scoring, and then his team actually started doing okay. And he was losing more. All right, so no one gets that one. I actually wrote Steele on mine and then realized he didn't, so I also thought it was Steele.
Wow.
And our final medium question. So Yahoo keeps a moves stat. Moves includes waivers and I believe trades.
Yeah, it does.
And I think that also includes proposed trades that get vetoed. I'm not positive about that.
I'm not sure about that.
It's hard if that's on there.
But who has the most roster moves over the past 2 seasons?
Just who has
combined.
The most?
Yep, combined. Ooh.
I'm not confident, but I think so.
All right, so Steele answered Wyatt. Wyatt also answered Wyatt. And the correct answer is Wyatt. Great job, guys. You did it.
Nice. I mean, it was easy that we knew that it wasn't Spencer, since he doesn't. Yeah. He's religiously against waiver pickups.
For reference,
And
Wyatt
trades.
is first place with 72. Agmills is second place with 65. Reeves is third place with 61. Spencer is last place with 11.
And he has like 3 this
And
year.
10 of those 11 were last season.
Yeah, he has 3 this year and 8 last year, I think.
That's insane.
Jesus.
Yeah, and he has a lot of wins combined.
Yeah, this just shows that Spency's drafting is built diff.
Yeah, Spencer. Whatever Spencer uses for research is.
Dude, I'm having Spencer draft for me next season. I clearly don't know what I'm doing.
All right, that definitely helps even up the standings. Wyatt is now at 5 points, and Steele is at 4 at the end of the mediums.
It's anybody's
now
game.
We're going to go into the hards.
Oh, God.
These ones are not easy. Some of these
Hence
are
hard.
Oh yeah, there's a math question.
What? I do math.
Steele's like, ooh, math.
I've got a chance.
I thought you were a Mr. Science guy. Yeah, there is a math question.
That's what they pay me the big bucks for.
There are some interesting ones. Our first question. One manager this year has scored at least 90 points every single week. Who is it? Only one has scored minimum 90 points. This is this is an interesting one. I didn't even realize this. I was doing something else for a different question, and I saw this. I was like, "What the fuck?"
One manager has scored 90 in every. That's actually crazy.
Mm-hmm. It is wild.
So it has to be like one of the top teams, obviously. I would think. Oh God! Oh fuck! Oh shit!
I will say every single team in the league averages at least 90. So it could be any. Like, there's no team is statistically eliminated.
All right, I sent it.
All right. It's a battle between the 2 highest scoring teams, as Steele answered Reeves and Wyatt answered Spencer. Reeves has scored over 100 in every single week except week 3, where
when he was
won
in a shit
against
bowl.
Agmills again with 78 points.
Yeah,
No,
that's why I didn't say
answer,
Reeves.
I was so close.
The correct answer is Spencer,
Yo!
who has scores of 90.0, 90.00, 91.88, and 99.42, 98.84, all in the 90s, but has never gone below 90.
And it's just like,
I was like, what the fuck is this?
This man's built
he's running as close to the edge as possible.
Basically.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was debating between Reeves and Spencer, and then I remembered that we talked about Reeves and Agmills in a shit bowl earlier in the season.
Yep. But if Reeves had scored 100 that week, he would actually have 100 every single week.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And, all right. Now we're going to do our math question, and this is what I'm going to utilize our chat box for. I'm going to give you all a little extra time because, like, it doesn't, it's. So we're going to be doing some defensive calculations.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready.
So I'm going to give you.
Look at Steele right now.
Fucking Steele whips out
You
the
think I don't keep this on my desk?
I'm going to send 2 things in the chat box. Defense 1 and defense 2. Your goal is to add the scores and give me the final number. Now, for our audience, defense 1 in this game allows 20 points.
Scoring works.
Defense 1 allows 20 points, has a blocked kick touchdown, and 2 sacks on the week. Defense 2 allows 48 points, has 3 sacks, an interception, and a safety. Say that again. Defense 1 allows 20 points, has a blocked kick for a touchdown, and gets 2 sacks. Defense 2 allows 48 points, has 3 sacks, an interception, and a safety. Your goal is to get both defensive scores, combine them, and send them to me.
We have to combine them?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could just send them separately. It doesn't really matter.
God, this is hard. So, hold on. I gotta crunch the numbers. Give me a second.
I see the steam like from Wyatt's head, just like. I really hope I did this math correctly. I knew when I was doing this topic that I was like, how can I fuck them over in the most fun way possible? I was like, oh, Alex yesterday was trying to do defensive math scoring. That sounds fun.
Dude, the 48 points is fucking my ass.
Man, look, their opponent just had a really good team. This defense isn't very good. 48 points.
I have submitted my answer.
Okay.
Yeah, that's... Oh my god, dude.
I don't know if this helped me at all because I don't know how defense scoring works. So
yeah, when you showed the calculator, I was like, "That is not going to do jack shit."
We're gonna go. I didn't get my calculations wrong. I just got the numbers that I put in wrong.
Yeah, what the fuck is this number?
Oh no,
it's not right. But
that's true. So Steele submitted as his answer -11.
I'm pretty sure that's wrong, but I don't remember what the cap is for how many negative points you can get.
And Wyatt submitted his answer. Defense 1 gets 14, defense 2 gets 0, and the total is 14.
Yeah, so 14.
All right. Well, so defense 1, allowing 20 points gets you 1 point. A block kick TD is 8, bringing it to 9. 2 sacks is 11. So defense 1 gets 11 points. Defense 2 allows 48 points, which is -4. The cutoff is 35. It does not get any more than that. 3 sacks brings it to -1. Safety is 1. INT is 3. So the combined is 14.
Oh, shit.
So
let's go,
Wyatt
baby.
got the 2 pieces wrong, but the question asked for the combined score, and Wyatt gets credit for that. Goddamn.
Built diff. I'm built diff, baby.
That was fucking... You said that, and I was like,
Oh, man.
All right, well, that...
Give me some calculus next time. Like, make it something easy, dude. That's too hard.
Listen, how about a stat question?
I'm down. Let's do
Dude,
it.
I almost
I'm on
failed
top of the
stat.
world after that one.
Not fantasy stats. I'm talking statistics.
I almost failed
That's
statistics.
mistakes.
That's the only thing I had to study for my
Like linear
engineering
regression
exam.
lines or what? What are we talking?
So Reeves currently has the highest score in the league, right? He averages 112.69
Nice.
points per game. Now, Reeves also has the highest median score in the league at 113.16. Who has the second highest median score?
What did he say?
Who has the second highest median score?
Second highest median.
And obviously, we all know that the median is the middle of your number set. So there are 10 weeks. So in between the 5th and 6th range would be your median. Yep.
Interesting. I'm gonna... Alright, yeah. I'm gonna give you a... Do we have to give a number of the median?
No.
Alright, I'm gonna do it anyways.
I have all the numbers. I'll post them in Discord just for fun.
It's gotta be like...
Again, Reeves' median was 113.
Put them in the description or something, so people have to watch the
If you
podcast.
get within a point... Alrighty. So, the answers were... Steele said himself. And Wyatt said Spencer at 104.20.
104.20.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Shut your fucking mouth. God damn it.
Got him.
Okay. Anyways. This game was I was like, what? I was looking over the numbers today. I was like, what the hell is this? Second place in median score is Benglewood at 105.64. Benglewood is currently 9th in total score.
What?
And he is second in median. He has 4 games between 113 and 114.
The fuck?
I don't know. I don't know what happened
That's
there.
just like his ceiling.
Yeah.
Literally,
What's his floor, Travis? We gotta call him out.
That's rude. That's my cousin you're talking about, buddy.
Yeah, I know. This is the podcast. This is where we air drama.
Yeah, so his highest score is 113.94, followed by 113.78, 113.78, 113.06.
Wait, he scored 113.78 in 2 weeks?
Yeah.
What?
He's one of 3 teams to have the same score twice.
You draft this man. He is the spitting image.
I think
of
me and
consistency.
Sharksy also had the same score twice.
What
if I
the
remember
heck?
correctly. He also had 105.70, 105.58.
Wow.
So that's why his median is so high. He had 4 games at 113 exactly.
Weird.
Yeah. So even
we
though
need
he's
to get an award for most consistent team or something for him. Like, that's ridiculous.
yeah, I think he's like 8th or 9th in scoring, right? Yeah, he's 9th in scoring.
Yeah.
Third place in the median is Steele. So you were very close, Steele, with your answer at 105.12. Steele's 4th in scoring, 3rd in median, so that's about right. 4th place is Travis at 103.73. Travis is 10th in scoring, 4th in median.
What are you doing over
And
there?
5th is Sharksy at 102.73. Sharksy is also 5th in scoring, I believe. So yeah, it's just weird because there's like Reeves, Steele, and Sharksy are all like about where they should be, and then
Bengal is just...
Banglewood and me are like way higher than we have any fucking business to be.
That's weird.
Wyatt, your guess of Spencer, he's at 6th at 101.85.
Cute.
Yeah. Highest difference between median and mean was Beans at 8.5 points.
What's her median and mean?
Her median is 8th at 101.26. Her average score is 109.99. I think she's 3rd in scoring or 4th.
Yeah.
But that just means she's had a lot of games lower, and that one 170 game or whatever is jacking it up. But yeah. Okay. Those are numbers. I'll post those in the Discord if people are interested. With the score tag. But that's our trivia section.
That was lit.
Steele attempted to make a comeback. It was close. You fought hard. Those last questions were fucking difficult. But that was the point.
Yeah. Nobody knows how defenses work except Wyatt, apparently, over here.
Bro, Wyatt got so lucky. I was like, I literally just...
Hey,
Oh my God.
I didn't get that lucky. I mean, I got lucky getting it exactly right, but I was in the ballpark.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. Well, I guess we'll move on. I mean, Wyatt is our trivia crown. Let me know how you guys did in the comments. Don't lie. If I see you have perfect scores, I'm going to call bullshit.
There's no way you got the median score question right. Don't lie to us.
All right. Yeah, I mean, let's move on. Week 11. It's going to be a decent week. There's nothing crazy going on. There's not a lot of high seeded versus high seeded matchups. But what are you guys excited for this week?
I'm excited for my matchup. The projections are within a point, I think. And I think Spencer's pretty much locked for playoffs, but he's towards the bottom end of playoffs still, so it's like an even matchup per se. So that one's going to be a little hype. Might be close.
Yeah, he's had 2 heartbreaker losses so far in a row. I think
he's ready for
him.
third.
That'll really
Get
hurt his
Mark
chances
Andrews
to
back. And
yeah, we'll see. I mean, that's by scoring. I think you guys are 2nd and 4th or 2nd and 3rd, something like that. So that's definitely by scoring the best matchup there is.
Yeah, it's a lot of high seeds versus low seeds, other than Beans versus Travis, which could be a good one.
okay, if it's high seeds versus low seeds, who do we think is going to be the biggest blowout then?
Biggest blowout. Oh Lord.
Well, I think it's definitely not Banglewood versus Becca.
No.
Banglewood's just missing too many players.
It'd probably have to be Reeves versus Biz, not gonna lie.
Yeah, that sounds like it could be.
Yeah,
Reeves' team is just so consistent and Biz is playing
Nice medium.
Naheem Hines consistently. So
hopefully she takes him out this week. And Aaron Jones is questionable.
yeah, that's tough.
She does get New England's defense against the Jets if she puts them back in. That's always
Which
a positive.
she should.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is probably the pick out for blows of the week. Any upset team? Any teams on upset watch? Because I think
Where's
Wyatt's
the
on
upset of
watch.
the week?
I think Wyatt's on upset watch for sure.
Yeah, I would agree.
Dalton versus Wyatt this week. Dalton's team has just been on an absolute fucking tear the last few weeks. He's scored, I think, over 130 all 3 games.
Yeah,
158, 96, 136. So
with Fields, they've just been going crazy, and I have ETN on a bye. I've got Dallas Goedert just about to be put on IR, which is just I love that. That just gets me. Oh yes, Jamar Chase is not back yet, so I'm 7-3 somehow, but my team is looking rough.
The one that Yahoo's calling is an upset. Ag Mills versus Sharksy. What do we think of that projection? Do we think Ag Mills makes the miracle run?
Look, without Cooper Kupp, Sharksy's team is just not nearly as good.
It
still does have some high-level players.
Your first-round pick.
Yeah, Dalton Schultz has looked good in the last few weeks when he came back and Dak's finally back, so that's nice. Josh Allen may have a recovery week. Who knows?
He should against the Cleveland defense. Cleveland defense he should have a good comeback week against Cleveland because their defense is just not it. Gabe Davis is kind of a dice roll. It's like he has to get into the end zone to score substantial points pretty much. But I like her running backs in Ramondre and James Conner.
I actually don't like her running backs. I feel like Sam Fran's run defense is really good. I mean, we kind of just destroy Austin Eckler. And the Jets defense also really good. Just in general, I don't know how their run stats measure up, but they have a really good defense in general. And Mac Jones at quarterback is a bit horrible. So I don't know if Ramondre is going to be doing anything. Yeah. I think I picked Agnos last week, and I felt like I cursed him. But I'm going to pick Ag Mills again this week.
What are his win conditions? What needs to happen for Ag Mills to pull it out this week and start the comeback?
Josh Allen needs to not go sicko mode like he can, and he needs to have consistent performances. He's got to have Eckler get into the end zone a couple times. Hopefully Garoppolo can do something for him because the quarterback position for Ag Mills has just been an absolute tragedy this season.
I think there's so much hinging on this Buffalo Cleveland game. Sharksy has 2 players. He has 3 currently. I think Cleveland's run defense has been horrible. So really what you want is the Bills to get an early lead and just run the ball. Singletary's usage up. Gabe Davis is down. The Buffalo defense should have a good day against Jacoby Brissett.
But we have seen earlier in the season when Buffalo starts blowing somebody out, sometimes Devin Singletary gets benched for James Cook, and they don't play him. So, who knows?
Steele, are you going to win your matchup?
Of course. I'm going to playoffs, baby. There's no way I'm not going to make playoffs with a 4th highest scoring. Come on.
Hopium.
Hey, I'm getting Mark Andrews back. I've got most of my starting squad back this week. At least that's the assumption. So
yeah, we'll see if Mike Williams comes back.
This will be my first time with them all back since when I was scoring those big points that got me up there in the first place. So, assuming they come back and look like they did before, I think I should be in good shape.
Spencer's team is just it looks so good on paper, and it just never does what I want it to do.
Cortland Sutton has been so disappointing.
Well, we know how Spencer plays. He gets 90-something points every game. I just got to get at least 100, and I'm good. It's that easy.
Yeah. Now we know he gets 90 points literally every game. Yeah, Do you just bench Cortland Sutton for Tyler Boyd at this point?
I would. With Jamar
Yeah.
Chase out, I would 100%. Especially because they're against Pittsburgh. But, I mean, I guess Sutton's against Raiders, and their defense is terrible, but Russ is just so bad. It's so hard to trust it.
And last time against Las Vegas, he did get to the end zone. So maybe that's Spencer's thought. I don't know. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of pick Steele, honestly.
Let's go.
No, it's usually not a good thing. If you look at our gambling thread, me picking is not a good thing for your team.
I trust you.
I mean, I'll pick myself against Beans, I guess. I don't know.
She's got to pick up a kicker.
Yeah, there's not really many pickable matchups. I think those two are the big ones.
There are good kickers available. I looked at that the other day. Should I start a mad dash for kickers? There's a top 5 kicker currently available on waivers because I just dropped him.
I know. I was about to say you just dropped.
Whoever's got waiver priority, you got an upgrade right there, pretty much. Unless you're one of those couple people that's already at the top.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I don't know. Sometimes these shitter weeks end up like really coming through in the clutch. And then sometimes every game is like 25 points to 40 points. And it's like, well, that kind of sucked. Can't wait for next week's podcast.
Hey,
we get to talk about absolutely nothing.
That's the awesome thing about fantasy. You literally never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Which one do you think is going to be the closest game then?
Closest? Probably. My vote for closest would be Beans and Travis.
I'm going to say Becca Banglewood, I think, because they both have holes in their roster right now, so their projections are really low. But I think Becca's going to do a little better than her projections, and Alex, it's going to be a toss-up. I think they're going to be the closest. It's going to be a low-scoring, like 87 to 91 type of game. All right,
that's fair.
You know what? I'm fucking ending this thing.
All right,
it was lit. Thank you for joining us for episode 11 of the SimStation Internet Football Podcast. We've done it. How do I end these things?
Trivia champion.
It's 11 o'clock. Trivia champion peasy. Wyatt. Not the real trivia, because we didn't have Mr. Science Guy. Even though we got all the science questions, we didn't have Mr. Science Guy. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bet. See y'all later. This was the worst outro of all time.